Hey there folks, this is Josh, Stoney Ridge Farmer. Welcome back to the farm. Today we're going to be fixing up the old truck again here. We've got a new cushion for the seat. So today's video is basically going to be a how-to video on replacing an old saggy seat cushion in your pickup truck. Also, bonus footage at the end of this video showing you how to do this. We're going to replace the grill on this pickup truck, and we're going to replace that pesky insulation underneath the hood. So I don't know how many of you guys have saggy seats or saggy old insulation under your hood or bubbles in your chrome work on your truck, but today we're going to solve all those problems. So come along as we teach you how to replace the seat on your pickup truck. All right? Woo! So first I need to show you the problem with the pickup truck, and a lot of you guys probably have this very same problem. We replaced the seat covers in our other Dodge Ram. I've got a couple Dodge Ram pickup trucks here, 1999 and a 2000 model. This would kind of apply to pretty much any old pickup truck or any car seat if you're working on an old car. I'll post a link down the video description to this seat cushion that I'm using, and through that link you could probably find whatever type of seat cushion you need for whatever type of pickup truck or car that you have. It's a very simple process here in getting the seat out of the car. What we did first, we put new seat covers on our Dodge Ram gas. So the bottom of the seat cushion itself was just fine, but the covers were totally trash. So we replaced those. No problem whatsoever. There's only 4 bolts holding this little seat in. Each truck's going to be a little bit different, but this will kind of give you a good overview, and don't be scared to get in and do this stuff on your own. Also, underneath the hood, the sagging hood insulation problem, which I'm sure every old pickup truck has. Well, they make awesome replacement parts for that, so I'll post a link down in the video description to that. And we got to replace the grill. But really this video is all about seat cushions. So let's open up and I'll show you what we have. So you see where there's a little bit of wear? That's where this seat, whenever I sit in it, it kind of crunches and rubs right there. We want to avoid that if we possibly can. I don't want a hole in my seat. So this cushion is pretty much shot. It's a little better than most, but it's still pretty much shot. We'll go over to the other side. See how flat that is? Okay, this is the passenger side, and as you can see, it's nice and fluffy right here. Big difference, very big difference. So this seat doesn't get set in near as much and doesn't show near the amount of wear on the cushion. See how fluffy that is? Now you can see how flat that is. Big difference. So much like a lot of trucks of this vintage, there are only 4 bolts underneath here holding the seat. I've already loosened those bolts and the seat just lifts right out. So I suggest that you take the back of your seat, you lean it all the way back, and then you just simply lift out your seat. Now if you have a heated seat, which it doesn't work on there anymore anyway, but we'll tip it up, and there's a wire attached to the bottom of the seat. There'll be a little heating pad underneath the upholstery as we remove it. So we'll unclip that and we'll take it back to the tailgate. Good deal. Cool. So this was connected via this wire to the electronic seat warmer, and this is connected to the back of the seat. So in other words, this turns the whole seat warmer on. There's a pad under here and a pad in the seat back. Let's go back to the tailgate. So if I'd have been smart, I probably would have ordered a new heat pad to put in here too, so my heated butt seat works. That would have been awesome, but too bad. So sad. I'll probably just unplug all this stuff and just pull it out. So the seat cover is a leather seat cover with synthetic sides, and you could have a cloth seat. Either one, it doesn't matter. It all comes off the same. There are little plastic hooks basically that grab right here, 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 and here. We want to loosen those up, and all we have to do is mush the upholstery in and pull those loose. I'll show you. Really, the take-home message of this video is don't be afraid to do this kind of stuff yourself. Just get in here with a wrench and screwdrivers or whatever it is that you think you might need and get busy. We may require a screwdriver to get back in here. This thing is still pretty tight, and going back together is probably going to be even tighter. Now I have a set of upholstery tools. You really don't need upholstery tools in order to do this. Probably just a long flat tip screwdriver would get it. But I just got one corner loose right here, and I'm just going to work this off. You want to be careful. You don't want to tear your seat either, or your upholstery. So you want to be kind of careful. We'll just work this off. A flathead screwdriver would probably do just fine. Just like so. Be careful. This stuff is sharp underneath here. It will cut you. It will cut you. It will cut you. Did I say it'll cut you yet? Okay, we're gonna get on the other side. This is an upholstery tool. A flat tip screwdriver will work just fine. See how it popped loose? Okay, so that's one loose. Now if this one's loose, the back one should be no problem whatsoever. So we'll give it a little mash and we'll start working it loose. And again, we'll take our little upholstery tool and work it underneath there. Make life a little bit easier. That's not what this tool is designed to do, but it does it. Cool, here's number 2. Now we have a long one over here and 2 short ones over there. To this upholstery tool set, I think it costs like 15 bucks. It comes with like 5 of these guys, and they're important to have if you're gonna do your own vehicle maintenance and stuff like that. There we go. That one, last one's right here. I'll loosen up around it. There we go. That's a finger slicer right there. I told you they were sharp. How you gonna know if you're tough if you don't cut yourself once in a while? We did what we should have done in the first place, is put some gloves on. All right, so we're gonna flip the seat over. I've got the new cushion down here. I don't want to contaminate it with a bunch of dust and mess. But if you see the old seat, there's some springs in here, and those springs have basically cut down into the cushion right here. This thing's old and crusty, man. So we'll roll this back. We're actually gonna flip the seat over, and there should be, again, hog rings. They're called hog rings that are holding this in place. What we're gonna put in is zip ties to hold it in place, a heavy duty zip tie, a weather resistant zip tie to hold those in place as we reinstall this guy. That should last the life of the truck, I'm sure. So we're just gonna slip our cover off, just like so. Be gentle, go slow, take it easy, no hurry. Okay. Now there's some Velcro or hook and loop stuff down in here. As I pull it, it's gonna come loose. So don't think you're tearing the seat. Most seats will have something like this. Actually, the electronic portion is built into the seat cover, so we don't have to worry about that. All right, now we're down to the hog rings, which are right here. 3 of them, 1, 2, 3. I imagine your seat's probably gonna be similar to that. We'll take a pair of pliers and we'll pull those loose. We'll roll this forward and we'll take these hog rings loose. You could just take diagonal cutting pliers, or you can just bend these back out of the way and you could reinstall them. You could reuse them if you wanted to. I think I'm gonna try and reuse these hog rings instead of putting zip ties in. Seems to make sense. Put those in a safe place if you're working in your driveway. You don't want to pull that out of a tire later. Okay, seat cover fully detached. Now we're into the seat cushion. Here is our old seat cushion, and we're basically just gonna berth it out of the metal frame here. Just like so. This is a seat frame. These are where the 4 bolts were. Remember, this is the bottom, this is the top. Okay, I want to inspect all these springs and cables. Everything looks really good here. So I want to get rid of our old one, chuck him out there, dust off our work area, flip our new one over, and slip this guy right back into position. Again, be gentle, be careful. Once you sit in this a few times, you'll mush it into place, so don't you worry. It's going to find its home. All right, now we're going to flip it over right to here. And it's installed on there. I mean, it's on there, totally good. There's a little metal rod that runs through here. I'll show you. That's where the hog rings go. Here's what I'm talking about. There's a little metal rod right there, there, and another one right there. Grab your seat cushion, shake it out. If it's got any gremlins in there, a little something other stuck in there, and then we'll roll it back just like we had it before, kind of inside out. And we'll find where our hog rings went into position. And right here's where our seat failed. So you see that wire right there? That is not good. That's where our heated seat failure is. I think I'm not going to reconnect this heated seat because that's a fire hazard right there. Roll it back to where the hog rings were, which is right here. There's one hog ring in place. And we're just installing it in the reverse order that we took it apart. Last hog ring slips right in here. Want to make sure all of our seams line up appropriately. Get that last hog ring in. In case you're curious about what I'm doing, I'll hook the ring in there. Give her a little turn. Take it underneath that metal piece underneath there, and then we'll bend it back into position. Get it squared away so it doesn't stab us in the butt. Cool. Ready to go. We can bring the front end of the seat cover over top of the new cushion, just like so. Might take a little finagling. That's okay. Just like so. Stuff it in there. I mean, you're just stuffing this stuff in here, man. That's all you're doing. Very good. Your seat may be a tiny bit different than this one, but that's okay. Don't be afraid to try it. Now, I'm going to flip it back over. And remember, we have Velcro strips right here and right here. So we want to get that Velcro lined up appropriately. I'm sticking my hand back in here. Feel where that Velcro is. And I'm going to mash it right down in there to catch that Velcro. Just like so. And then finish stuffing my seat. Okay, just keep working until you get all the upholstery wrapped around the cushion. Once you're comfortable with where you are with your seat cushion, you want to take and push these back over top of your seat frame. And they'll go on a whole lot easier than they came off. As you can see, boom, there's one. Basically the easiest way I found, just take your thumb, press in here, and hook them back. It's a good hand workout. 1, 2. Give her another tug here. Make sure it looks right. Where you go stuffing, looks good. And they get harder as you go. You can't get it back on, then something's wrong and you need to recheck what you're doing. Okay, there we go. All right, there we go. Just make sure that your corners line up with the corners on the new cushion. Awesome. Let's put it back in the truck. Reverse order of what we just did. We'll set this guy in nice and gentle. Make sure it fits right. If it doesn't fit right when you're trying to work it back in there, it's not right. So figure it out. Make sure it fits right. Get it lined up with its bolt holes that it was on. Get one started on the front, one started on the back. Tighten it up. If you're just here to see how to restuff your seat, that's it. But if you're curious about the rest of it, come along and we'll show you the rest. It's a good time here on the farm, guys. Please pound that like button, jump in here, subscribe to the channel. There's all kinds of fun stuff here on the Stoney Ridge farm. Peekaboo! You're not going to believe the difference in the cushion height. It went from being about that high to being about that high. I can't wait to sit in this. Here we go. Oh, 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 oh. Man, back to being a lazy boy truck again. Man, that's awesome. Guys, a seat like this that's sagging on one side or the other can really cause you back pain if you're going on long trips like that. So a quick 30-minute fix, I think this costs somewhere in the neighborhood of 50 to 80 bucks. Man, really simple, really easy, and now hopefully no more back pain. Let's get under the hood. So we got two problems on the front of this pickup truck. I'll show you problem number one first. You can see it right here probably. I'll get you a close-up. This is peeling and bubbling, and the Dodge emblem is a little bit cracked up. That's okay. We're going to put it back in the new Grille. The new Grille didn't come with the Dodge emblem. I think that's something that probably cost about 100 bucks at the Dodge place. Let me show you what's up with the chrome real quick before we go underneath and look at the insulation. You see the bubbly? Probably can hear it crunching underneath there. It just started a little spot on here and then it just kind of went all to pieces. So it's all the way around here. I do believe this is an aftermarket replacement grill, if I'm not mistaken. But it may be the original factory. We'll check it out and see if it says Mopar. Now, here's what I'm talking about under the hood. This is the hood insulation. It is falling apart. Holes in it, just a nasty, nasty mess. So a simple removal and reinstall of the new insulation. I might recommend wearing a mask or breathing through your shirt on this one. That's what was causing it though. A mouse had gotten in and made a nest under the hood. That's what happens when you have a farm and you park your truck near your barn or your chicken coop. Okay, so this is the new kit. This is the top that faces the hood, and this is what you'll see when you open the hood. Much, much nicer than the other that was in there. Now, I will say that all the holes are pre-stamped or pre-cut, but you might have some little fuzz balls you have to remove. We'll clean up after this anyway, but this is a fiberglass insulation, so I'd recommend wearing a mask if you're worried about that kind of thing. Whole lot better. So here's the new grill. It's just a chrome grill, just the same as the factory grill. It's an aftermarket part. I think it cost somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 bucks, something like that. It had mixed reviews about the fit and finish. I'm a little wary of that, so we're gonna unbag it. I've already opened the box. We'll unbag it together and check out the fit and finish. All this stuff you could do on your own. Again, hopefully I'm inspiring you to get out. Warmer weather is on the way. Get out and work on your vehicle. What happens is your truck learns that you love it and you take good care of it. And when you do something like this, it sets you up for disaster. Because as soon as you put a new shiny grill on your pickup, the engine will blow up. Look at this, so nice. Look at that, there's no complaints here. Look at that. So the reviews said that it looked like it had been trimmed off right here by a third grader, basically. But I see nothing wrong with that, man. That's a thing of beauty. This right here must be the brand. You unbolt that from the backside or unscrew it and put the new emblem in. So we'll set this over to the side and pull the old one off. Whenever you're working with aftermarket parts, which this is an aftermarket part, you want to make sure you hang on to all your hardware, and I'm not just going to take this off and chuck it down the hill. I need to make sure that everything's going to match up and fit just right, because I may end up putting it right back. There we go. Now, you're only going to have the grill out of your pickup truck probably once in its usable life. So we're going to go ahead and clean this up. I've got a little glass cleaner. We're going to clean this all up. And there's actually a little bit of rust on the frame right here. And I've got some Eastwood rust encapsulator, which will just stop that rust dead in its tracks. And that way I don't get any kind of staining on the bumper or anything like that. So we'll just dress this up. We'll wipe it off. And then we'll touch up a little bit on this rusty spot. Here's the old one, fairly dull and bubbly, and there is the new one. Man, looks super duper nice. Awesome. Fit great. And it's a little shinier than the other one. So this has a matte gray and this has a chrome insert in it. Cool. Unbelievable difference in this seat cushion. I told you I was going to show it to you, so let's show you the before right now. And here is the after. Clearly a lot better. Before it was smushed all the way flat, and I can't even smash it flat now. Well, I feel like I'm back in high school again. I'm excited to drive the truck. Got a nice new shiny grill. It turned out great. The hood insulation's in, and we got a new seat cushion. I hope this video has inspired you to get off your butt and get out and work on your own pickup. Show it that you love it. Pickups appreciate that kind of thing, guys. I appreciate you. Thanks a lot for being here on the Stoney Ridge Farm channel today. Please pound that like button on your way out the door. Subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate having you. We've got a lot of stuff going on here. We've got a beautiful 200-acre first-generation farm that we're starting. So follow us on our journey, guys. We'll see you next time on the Stoney Ridge. All right?
We'll come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.